Hello, this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist at Healthy Habits Living, and I'm giving you a summary of my 5% tips and rules from this last month. Now, these are tips that are usually free or things that you're already doing that you can just improve upon a little bit, like 5%, that will yield you some big results over time. So my first tip is that January is National Glaucoma Awareness Month. And why that is important to you is because glaucoma is often called the silent sight killer. So in other words, we don't see or experience a lot of symptoms until there is significant damage done. So having high blood sugar or diabetes or insulin resistance is a major risk factor for glaucoma. So if you have high blood sugar, that's another motivation for you to control that blood sugar with your diet and lifestyle. But also, this is your reminder that many stores like Costco and Walmart offer eye exams in store. So you don't have a great excuse that you don't know anybody or you're too busy or you don't know where to go. You can get a simple eye exam done. And even if you are young and you think your eyes are healthy, it's good to get a baseline of what's going on with your eyes. So that is number one. Number two, microplastics. You've probably heard a lot about microplastics lately. One way that we consume a lot of microplastics is by microwaving food in microwave safe plastic. Now, this is not entirely true. It's not really that safe to microwave in any plastic, even if it is rated for the microwave. So my recommendation is that you reduce or do away altogether with microwaving in general. The studies on microwave food are mixed results, but the studies out of Russia show that it changes the molecular composition of food. So that doesn't sound good, and we don't know the long-term effects of that. And we've all had overly microwaved food where it was overcooked and it tasted like and felt like plastic in our mouths. So I recommend using a toaster oven or an air fryer to rewarm your food so that you are reducing your microplastic intake. My third tip is that it is seasonal eating, and mushroom season is sort of in the winter, but really is all year long because you can grow mushrooms just about anywhere, including in your own house. Now, we're all familiar with white mushrooms or button mushrooms, but some of the more exotic ones that are easier to get now because they're popular actually have better and more health benefits, and they taste amazing. So next time you're at the store, pick up some interesting looking mushroom and learn how to cook with it. My go-to is duxelle, mushroom duxelle. Now you can get any recipe online, but this is basically mushrooms chopped up in little tiny pieces, cooked in butter and a few other ingredients, and it becomes a condiment that you can eat with just about anything from crackers to beef. So mushrooms, add more mushrooms to your diet to get a broad range of nutrients and to enhance your flavor palette. My next tip is about hot baths versus sauna. Now, we know, or maybe we don't, but I'm telling you now that heating up your core body temperature has benefits. So we think about heating up our core body temperature when we exercise, but if we don't exercise a lot, or we have an illness where we can't really exercise enough to get the core body temperature up, a hot bath or a hot tub or a sauna is a good replacement. And the study showed that the hot bath was the most effective versus sauna and hot tub. So anyone can draw a bath and fill it full of hot water. So hot baths or saunas or hot tubbing to increase or improve your immune system response. My last tip is about caffeine. Now, I'm down on caffeine because most people abuse caffeine. They use too much and it causes adrenaline and epinephrine spikes and crashes. But there's plenty of research that shows that microdosing, or what we would call microdosing in small amounts, caffeine is actually beneficial. And we call it microdosing because most people are consuming 100 or more milligrams at a time. Microdosing would be less than 100 milligrams, which is usually about 8 ounces only of coffee. And for most people, that's just a very small amount. But the research shows that 100 milligrams or less over the course of 2 to 3 hours actually improves markers in the liver and cognitive function. So if you're going to use caffeine to support and stimulate your brain health, then use it in microdoses that don't cause you to spike and crash. So those are my 5 tips, my 5% rule for January compilation. Here at Healthy Habits Living, we are always here to provide you with small tips and tricks that will provide you great dividends in the end. We are here to help you get healthy so you can stay healthy and be healthy.